Hello and welcome everyone. And yes, radio, I can see you. And of course, I would love to play something after the stream. Especially how today, in essence, feels like I have done nothing but play Ace Attorney since I will be, well, of course, streaming more Justice for All in a mere second. And since the morning, like when I ate and a couple hour, like an hour after that, I I played the Crazy Ace Attorney. I still haven't been able to get to the ending of the last case in the first game though. I'm still in the middle of it. I'm not even in the trial. I only got into the investigation. It's starting to feel like a very long one. But anyway, let's actually get into the correct game today. When it does us the service to actually open up. Reminds me of the topic which I mentioned on Tuesday's stream, how it was lovely how in older games you could just skip all the company logos. Fortunately in this one there is only Capcom, and I'm not sure does it allow me to skip it or not, because it is quite a short one and there is a fading window, so I'm not sure does it actually allow me to start to make it fade earlier or not. It's such a long fade anyway. You ain't refreshing at all. The way you behave makes me just think of all the garbage out there in the world. Yeah, complete acquittal in the first day. We really haven't gotten that like since the beginning. You know, like the tutorial cases, those are the ones that end in the first day. Oh, it's him. That's not a good thing. You know, even how weirdly the court system works in this world, the only like feasible present you would think that could have been sent is evidence. But if a defense attorney just presents evidence out of blue, they are gonna be called to judgment. Only the prosecution or witness can do something like that for some reason. Phoenix, it's too late to backtrack. You kinda spoiled the beans in the last episode by naming the person behind there. And oddly enough, and God showcased that there was some recognition, but now has no recognition again. odd, isn't it? I see that today we are actually facing the Invisible Man. Also, why is the defense supposed to know what happened to the prosecution? Have there been cases before where the defense have made the prosecution disappear? Because I can only think of the reverse happening. There have been far too many cases where the prosecution makes the defense disappear. In multiple ways, not just exactly one. Now, this is the present which will most likely actually be useful. The cheating prosecutor have been taken out of the picture. Oh, isn't that great? Yeah, but the way how Phoenix knows about this won't tell, because of course if he would tell anything, Mia's life would be forfeit. But the funny way is how law works, because he's not telling, even though he's doing it in defense of someone else's life, it would still lead into him being arrested and most certainly jailed. He's a part of a conspiracy in essence, whether he likes it or not. It is like in these funny situations is where the families of kidnapped victims are made to somehow be more horrendous criminals than those who make the actual kidnapping. And cases like this have happened in real life and do still happen to this day. Just the power of them have been far lessened, and the speed how everything is just closed up is increased as well. Not so much that the victims have been released unharmed more, it's just that we have gotten far faster in the situation where either they are freed mostly or completely unharmed or shot. It's always almost shooting. No one goes making any elaborate plans how to do it. And I would think that silencing someone, a shooting isn't the best way to do that. It may create sound. There's many completely silent and even quote-unquote free ways, because you don't need to buy special supplies how to do it. But people are stupid. Why did you hit the witness stand? I don't think you can just do that. Yeah, you just can't do that automatically. But I would expect it to be allowed. But you just can't go pompously in and claim that you are gonna take charge. You aren't the high prosecutor. he has switched his life around within a single year. That's a fast transformation, but fast transformations is what games and especially movies have. In games, the transformation goes in the time scale how the game is built. In movies, it doesn't matter even if the movie is taking part like for hundreds and hundreds of years. The transformation usually happens within bloody seconds. And that's the horrendous part. Like, convincing that someone has changed have usually been thrown in the window. They just, oh, they are a good guy now. You need to be with them. You need to accept them. Just because. Back in the day, people cared to actually write how the characters get from some position to another. But back in those days, people did most things just for passion and not more for money. In the writing stance and extents and that, so it makes sense that they would want there to be more effort to show over there. I can only imagine how freaking good movies we would get nowadays if they would allow just to slow down instead of having 3 hit movies in the same series, all produced in the same year and hit because you can manufacture hit movies. That has been a thing, like, well, it has been made to a complete production line ever since the 90s. But yeah, so instead of having 3 movies, there would not be a schedule. There would be, hey, we are making a movie, we're gonna see how long it takes, it's gonna be great, we're gonna give you updates, and they could even sell those updates. People could take part in the making of the movie, like paying certain fees to help the movie get along, like ground fund, and then they would get exclusive backstage footage and things like that. It would easily make it everything, like all of the movie making itself, even feel more passionate again. But yeah, imagine that, like instead of having 3 actually quite okay movies in a series, you would get maybe 1 or a half a year, but their quality would be highly better. And it could even just be a combination of multiple movies, since now they have time and better budget management to actually go through the story that was the tiny amount of story that was supposed to tell in 2 movies, put into 1 movie and just spread out as it should. But yeah, I really want to get out of the topic of movies, but it tells a lot when there are so many movie series where in the interviews of writers and especially directors, the director constantly says how like the number of this current movie wrong. It tells that things aren't as they should be. overall the fact that the murder took place during a 30-minute break should ring alarm bells to everyone. Because a planned murder shouldn't happen at a time like that. It's like the worst time to make the murder because everyone's everywhere, everyone checking things. The right time to actually make something happen is in the post party. In the post party, people are leaving, people are tired, people are drunk. Most anything could happen and none would be the wiser. Why? I'm actually starting to believe the theory that the judge is actually some sort of trained and shaved monkey. It would explain a lot of things, especially how the family arrangements seem to change from time to time and everything like that. Again, take into reality. Someone from PR would have noticed, oh shit, there is no guitar, and they would have paid for personal fast delivery of that guitar, so it would have been in the PR shots. It's the iconic thing from that character. They just can't have an event without it. I don't remember the knives and the forks being gold. Am I remembering completely wrong? Anyone? So I legit remember that everything always had been just grey, silvery, whatever. And for guests like that, it might be that they actually get silvered cutlery. Like nobody will make like and let use cutlery that are made from silver, but many fancy places would have cutlery that have silver alloyed on top of another material. It is a very common thing. Many of the jewelries as well aren't actually gold, but they have gold alloyed on top. And that's why, if you have seen old jewelry, you might notice that hey, why that there would be spots that don't seem to be golden color, but something else. It might be the gold flaking off, or it could be that it's dirty for one or more reasons as well. The thing is, gold won't patinate. Well, it should not patinate because it's the second most noblest metal out there. Meanwhile, some other jewelry metal might patinate, so you get this usually white to teal to bluish, somewhere in that mixture of color layer on top. They actually have this weird garage type of thing in the city part where I live, right next to the church. That people were constantly barraging like, why did this new building they have here, this just built thing, is already fully rusted? And it was. It was starting to rust even before it was fully built. And I wondered that as well, and I was like, did they accidentally bring junk metal here? Because it looks horrible. But then I found out and read in a newspaper where someone asked about this. It was actually deliberately planned. The metal is supposed to rust easily, and it's supposed to rust like equally, so it will create this patinated rust mixture on top of it. And when it fully develops, it will be like more cleanly the patinated color instead of the rust color, and it will be all overall. And it will safeguard the metal because it will go, that layer will stay on top of the metal and not sink into the metal itself. It will, in essence, it will just eat the top layers and not the middle ones. I say it's a good idea, but in practice I already saw issues with it. Since there were holes in the metal. Not all the way through, but how the rust formed. There were like ups and downs in the metal a lot, everywhere. And imagine that being on the roof. Imagine when water rains from the sky. That's gonna create pooling. And you know what happens if there is pooling for ions? It's gonna eat through the metal. So yeah, I think it was a horrible idea. Last time I went through there, that building was under a tent. So I believe that it has gone through, and they just had to admit that yeah, this plan doesn't work in our environment. Maybe somewhere extremely dry it might. And they are changing it. At least I think it's going on. Shouldn't that be quite easy? Is it the same type of button? And blood? No, Gumshoe, that's not how this works. The thing is, the thread is not even important. What is important, if it is the exact same type of button and has the blood of the victim. It doesn't matter was the blood added afterwards or not, because there shouldn't be many people capable of putting that button in the accuser's clothing. So you should take it as a very high possibility, and then start thinking, who else could have put that button there? Which in most likelihood would get everyone to the conclusion, yeah, it was an accident, he didn't notice it, and he was the murderer. The evidence do tell a clear tale, but there being that much of the evidence and beyond the nature, how they are a bit too obvious, would make one think that, yeah, that just can't be it. Especially how the murder was done with strangulation. Why would the knife be even taken with? You know? Why would the knife even be brought there? Let me think. I think that was the thing which I need to go against first. So did I actually need to present the knife itself? I think I needed to. Objection! I was correct. Oh, I misread. I misread. It was. Dyslexia hit me hard. It was not about the fact that he brought the knife. They said that he bought the knife. For fuck's sake. Yeah, that should have been obvious. Why is this even a thing? Everyone should know immediately that the knife belongs to the hotel. And the fact that they could see immediately what kind of food were the accused eating that requires a knife. From that they should already know that, oh, if an eating knife like this isn't in the present here, but it's in present in another room, it's gonna be that knife that was moved. Foolish. Reading things wrong, but still getting it right. The way how Edgeworth worded that, it kind of makes it sound like he just fired Gumshoe. And I kind of would love that would be the thing, because it should have been the thing, like ages ago. How Edgeworth behaves with everyone else. But then again, how could our dear robot Edgy Boy go on without his homunculus Gumshoe? Damn, the set were golden. I guess I was just blinded by the golden bears. That I didn't notice that the set actually was golden. For fuck's sake. But if the murder was premeditated, why the strangulation? If you take a shitty knife like that to be a murder weapon, you're gonna do that. And if you are gonna do that, it's gonna be bloody and loud and slow. And led up into a fight. Situation has been seen far too many times. Well, this should be obvious. Like, since the judge is immediately going on the way of guilty, if we don't have anything, that's it. We're gonna lose. So of course we're gonna say, I do. Yeah, this is a rough one. One mistake and it's all over. And there is multiple things that could like be potentially things that haven't been mentioned at all. Well, of course it cannot be the killer. We cannot say anything about that, or it will ruin everything. The camera is still a mystery, and it's an important one. The clipping could be an important thing, but it goes into motives and meanings, which shouldn't be discussed. Map not. The guitar case have not led to anything yet. And then we have like new things and things which we aren't supposed to mention. But there is the wine glass, filled with a disgusting thing, and nobody has drank from it. No. Like, you could imagine a very weird situation where there was a fight between both parties, which ended up there being trash on the floor. Then, after the deed was done, after the strangulation was done, our accused took the knife, plunged it in, and decided, I'm gonna have a victory toast. They poured in the drink, and was like, oh, right, I can't drink this, or I'm gonna leave evidence, and left. There have been far too many situations exactly like that. But we are trying to spin that class to be something far more important, something meaningful. So we are gonna continue with that. Well, here is the thing. You would of course think that it is very, very possible that she could have done it. Anyone arriving in the room, having a drink, would have just most likely put it down or dropped it. But the thing is, remember how far this situation is. It's like way after the door. It's not like right next to, like when you enter, you see the situation and that's the first thing where you can put down the glass. No, you are gonna see the situation like after the corner only, and there is a table closer to it, so no way. No, if anyone would think this with reason, you would know that the table is far too far from the situation. There are other tables way closer where you could just put it down without thinking it. Or, well, your subconscious would be thinking a lot because reasonable place to get hands free. Even though everyone should be certain that the gun is fake and it's not a real deal in any sort of way, you still pointed a quote-unquote gun at a attorney and pulled the trigger. That would be considered a threat. A publicly made threat. So Old Bag would be in trouble. Especially how Edgy Boy don't want to have anything to do with her. He would totally put her behind the bars. Oh yeah, that reminds me. The thing which I never remembered. Look at the victim. Age 21. Then... Wait, I'm blind. He's right next there. Then look at our accused. Age 21. No! The difference here is way too huge. It kind of looks like his hair is already starting to gray out as well. While he actually looks like a teen. You know, saying something like this would get you contempt of court and I'm not exactly sure what secretive behavior law, but one of them for sure. Sorry about that. I received a very surprising message there, which I had to immediately respond to. I was kinda zoned out because of that. Terribly sorry. Well, all of the things are important. All of the things are something we need to know in order to, you know, get his like situation, what we knew. But I might remember this wrong, but no, it must have been another one, not this one. Yeah, I think it's the next one, because there is like a special line thing in this episode, so we are gonna go for those. Well, it is important because we know some small detail, and this does collide with that. Well, now that we have gone the full circle, there is that important detail which we got out of the clothing. Hopefully I don't have to like re-say about it. Yeah, it's still here. We are gonna present something, because remember where this button was found? It was in the Hakama. But if he was wearing the racing jacket while going out... Objection! Oh, so is that actually a tape recorder? Is it actually? And do another thing. I think most tape recorders are actually way lighter than CD recorders. Like in 90% of the cases, really. At least every like recorder I have, cassette or that type, well, the ones that go onto a tape, are like so much lighter than every CD recorder I have. Players, on the other hand, in most cases, yeah, still the tape players are like well more lighter than the CD players, but, and this is a big but, recording on CD creates heat. You need to dissipate that heat. CD recorders have always been a bad invention, in my opinion. Like burning CD drives, that's a very good invention, but a CD recorder, no, very bad idea. It's one go and that's it. Meanwhile, a tape, you can wind back and forth and use it all over again. Kind of reminds me to visit to the museum. How many weeks ago was it? I did talk about the museum visit on one of my streams. I just can't remember which, like how long ago it was. But I went through the gift shop because when taking these certain stairs down, the gift shop is like right there. And I actually went through it a second time because coming from the post museum, it was far easier to go through the gift shop because there were no people, and on the hallway there were a lot of people just standing in the middle of the hallway in front of the stairs. And I was delighted how they had many items that were about C tapes, like cassette recorder tapes. There were like a lighter and deck of game playing cards, things like that had like, well, either the shape, the size, or just the image of C tapes. And after that, I've seen in many other stores that the imagery of C tapes have been introduced into random things. It's fun, I like it, but it feels very random as well. This should start to ring a bell to everyone who have seen the first game. Now all of a sudden, we have the same case here that, oh, there could have been no one else than that one person who is the actor of that character in that costume. For some reason, just the middle line here, I could not stop imagining this being sung in the SpongeBob way. Standing alone, all alone is he. No. Don't make the Nickel Samurai in the SpongeBob parody. No. Why? Edgy boy, you are the one who made the promise. You are the one who summoned her here. And chewing gum? Like, here is a story. Usually chewing gum is the cheapest thing you can bribe anyone with. Especially in Japan. It's like the cheapest thing everywhere. Like the cheapest item you can buy on fucking any shop ever. Over here, chewing gum might be expensive. Especially how they promote how healthy it is, because over here we are the country who invented sugar-free gum. Actually sugar-free. We use multiple methods to create gum, and it's actually good for your dental health. The ways that were invented here. And it's true. Normally if you would chew a piece of gum that has sugar, aka traditional American gum, there would be an acid attack on your tooth. It would go on for half an hour after you stop chewing it. But the ones we make here use some good lovely substances that actually cause that if you have an acid attack going in your mouth at the moment, it will stop it. So it would be beneficial to get a couple pieces of that gum after every meal you have. But still, you have to pay the sugar tax on gum, even though it contains zero sugar. Even though it's a health product, you still have to pay the sugar tax, the unhealthy food tax, all of the things they added to unhealthy things. Gum would be expensive here, but completely meaningless priced everywhere else. The name Judge Wagner would kinda sound to me like someone who whacks judges. Not a very heroic character, in my ears at least. And that was the special line. I remembered it being something longer, something more way out there, but no, that was it. I guess it is an achievement thing, just for the fact that we got a very random piece of trivia from Phoenix's past for that. And it's a completely unnecessary thing to do in order to complete the game. But then again, things like that most people would do anyway. Like the ones that are miserable are when you can advance by just pressing something in the middle. I mean, not in the middle, but like after the one that would advance. Like if the thing that would have like, let's take an example here. If the first one, pressing that would advance the story. And here we had the special one. No, everyone would miss this. Because everyone would do this first. But since we had to go all the way to the third one, and none of the first or second one have triggered us to advance, you would think that you would just go past and press all of them. So, yeah. Yeah. So the situation is very similar to where we have had to, fight against Oldback in the first time we saw her. Someone went past her in her scene in a costume, so it has to be the one who actually uses that costume in the show. Well, the thing is, we have been given multiple things. We have been given multiple things here which are wrong. So yeah, it is this one, yeah. So I think like which one they'd explain it. So we're gonna present here something that's very odd. How could it happen if he would be wearing the costume? Well, Now here, that's an issue immediately, Phoenix. If he actually ate his dinner with that, of course, the fingerprints would be all over. So that's how to like take the wind out of the defense's cell. But to take the wind out of the prosecutor's cell, if he did commit a murder in a costume, why would he bring a knife himself used? One that is laid with fingerprints already, but he's not gonna leave any with the costume on. And yeah, that straight out isn't just a solution. If you handle something with gloves, it doesn't automatically wipe the fingerprints, but you would do that when, like, if you would go to do something. You need to do certain motions with certain type of materials, and you can smudge or even remove fingerprints, but the acids remain there if you just hold. You legit need to clean to get them off. Well, you could think it in multiple ways. Like, there doesn't seem to be contritions if you think it in a like a pure on possibility wise, but sense wise, all of it sucks. I have no idea what even happens if you press think it one more time. It might return you and like the beginning, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna waste time, so we're just gonna say that there is a contradiction. Glove marks. Glove marks. What are you on about, Phoenix? Most gloves wouldn't leave marks behind, other than, yeah, in certain of like situations, if you would have like, let's say, a hammer, a metal hammer without like a proper handle. There are so many hammers like that in cheap places like schools, because they are cheap to make just a metal mold and just have it at that. So imagine that someone's been using the hammer for a while. They have their fingerprints all over it. Then someone would put on gloves and use the same hammer. Then you could see glove marks, because then the glove is like rubbing against the fabric, the metal there, and getting rid of the skin oil from those parts. So you could see that there is some rubbing marks here and there, which you could make the estimation they are left by gloves if they are presented in a certain way. Because scientists can easily recognize hand patterns and holding situations and even forces, like even from just imprints on a material, like a bat or a hammer. Scientists nowadays can actually determine, let's take in this estimation it to be a hammer, because it's far easier to understand. So, from studying a hammer, they might be able to conclude what was that hammer being used to hit on, just how the hand behaves on that hammer. How have the marks been left? Might be not fully accurate, but they can make good estimations. Well, shouldn't it be obvious? It's not to hide the murder method, because then they would have just used the knife in the room, but they want to frame.
Objection! Objection!
Well, here everyone would expect, with how she is so in love with the victim and so adore them, to wait for them. But we have to just go with the fate that how she presented the situation to the judge, that the judge is just so wrong to predict. Who's the other person people have been expecting to go into that room and get a glimpse of it? Andrews.
Take that!
Goran, what? I had a confusion. Why is this even happening? This is supposed to be secret information, and now she's gonna blabber on all about it. Oh, so, huh? What do you mean how they are? It's not how that we captured them yesterday in any sort of way. Goran, this is mission 4. This is the one. No, Goran. I've been a general of the Ninth Hunt for multiple years now. Yesterday had nothing to do with anything. No, Circus was mission 3. There is 4 missions in total in this game. The first game had 5. This one has 4. And we are in the 4th one. This is the final mission in this game. Final chapter. Well, you have to go far back in the past. I don't even think you knew me at that point. Far as I remember, you didn't knew me at that point. Like, I might say couple of years, because it just feels like only couple of years. But it's been a while. I'm actually not certain exactly how many years, because it just feels like it was just a moment ago. But so does many things, and they've been a while ago. And here we see Judge going with the algorithms. Discrimination bad. Wright must bad because someone said discriminate. But, well, like, Oldback has a point. You can't trust the news anymore, even. Like, news have gotten more and more and more biased everywhere in the world because of the money around politics and the requirement for news to make money. It's understandable, but horrible. But gossip is always bad and never should be trusted. Even if the gossip would be true, completely true, it's still something which you should frown upon. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. In essence, we cannot, because there have been ill will in everything, but we still can present something that would prove the complete different nature of all of this. The camera. Take that! Wait, did I do the thing in wrong order? Hold on. Oh, I did it in wrong order. Shit, I haven't made a mistake in such a long time. Damn. Yeah, I did it in wrong order. I didn't remember that there would be multiple things here. And that's why I remembered that the chain would go from that to the others, but no. Yeah. There are some traps. Everything is not that direct. I made the mistake. I remembered wrong. But you'll see. Yeah. I totally did things in the wrong order because here's the place. No, wait. I was supposed to present evidence, weren't I? I don't think this one actually gets me to do it. Wait, will I get penalized for this? No, will I actually get penalized for this? Oh no, it actually has a complete line of its own. So let's get back to that, because I kind of did a misclick without really reading things through. 2 mistakes in one line. Not good. You know, that would raise so many questions. Why would you have a totally secret list of groceries? I can understand for having totally secret shopping lists, but a grocery list itself, it screams like someone's trying to cheat on their diet, but it's so bad at remembering to buy the forbidden items that they have to make a list about it. Well, here's the thing. It is just it's just a tiny paper. But remember what's at stake here. There is the stake of two people's lives here. And all the shit that she has put us through. So of course we push it. Because there is something obvious that's also missing. And everybody seems to be forgetting about that fact at the moment. Because we knew that the paper was with the camera, so of course the camera must have been taken as well. You know, like at the moment when the bailiff was called would have been perfect for the series "I'm eating the camera" moment. And yeah, I'm gonna spoil the fact there is no eating the camera moment in the series, but there is something that happens in the series multiple times. Like it hasn't happened yet in any of the games. But it will happen like at least once in every game, well, at least almost every game after this, far as I remember. But those who have played the other games might understand what I mean with that. It would take the story to a different like a different place, but it would have been funny and suitable. But again, we are in a situation. If we do nothing, that's it. So of course we have to say something strange in it. Even though in this situation I would bet most haven't noticed because we have only seen the image so little. But there is something wrong. If it actually is only one shot, let me make a save because these picture deals are harsh. Because I know what's wrong, but I might press on the wrong spot. And yeah, if I get it wrong, I would have to start the entire thing all over again. No, I don't want that to happen again, like it did in that one occasion, which was very sad. But if you look at this picture, the thing what is odd is we are missing the abundance of flowers that were like just in the way everywhere. But that's not like the wrong thing. The wrong thing is, looky here. Look at the ankles. The suit is wrinkled and lagging behind. It's like it would be a bit too tall for whoever it is in there. But here's the deal, I don't know how large is the area. Is it like a box here, so it would accept even pressing here, or do I have to press on the right leg? So I'm gonna make my best estimation and say this is going to show it. Yes, it should have been correct with that. almost always calm, even when something goes wrong. And at this moment, you would, like, Phoenix, you should already know that Edgy Boy goes for the justice to happen, not just for himself to win. So, if the situation proves that the prosecution is in wrong, Edgy should go with that, right? Right? Well, in essence, we don't have many guesses to make. We only know couple people who it could be, and only one that would really make any sense. The bad thing is, we have no idea about people's heights. It doesn't say about heights anywhere. But the only one we can really guess is Andrews. And that is the correct answer as well. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think there is anything in any case where the defense could just strong arm the situation to be it's obvious it's not the accused, because everything is always so heavily stacked against the defense. Sadly, in many ways, in reality, even more in real life than in the games, but at least it's not that of a clown show in reality. In most cases, there have been some. Only if I remember what's the name of that one case where they legit imprisoned everyone trying to defend, even though everyone knew that the accused were completely innocent. The court was so much against them that they ended up arresting, like, it was nearly 200 people that all just tried to defend. So it ended up being a clown show where if the judge said rise, they would sit down. When everyone else sit down, they stand up. they just wanted to showcase that this is a clown show, this is not a trial. And it's gone in history for that fact. And it's so ridiculous when you read like how racist a court and how racist and stupid a court can be to make allow something like that happen. But yeah, Maya doesn't have things well for her now, does she? She's very, very troubled. And again, we have the situation. Wait and see or raise an objection. In over 90% of the case, it's always the option to just voice your
objection!
And yeah, I think this might be a good time for the court actually to take a 10-minute recess. And no, I don't actually plan to take a break for 10 minutes. But I do plan to take a break for a couple of minutes. Because I feel like I could use some vitamins, so I'm gonna get an orange. Also, I've been out of a drink for, good God, for over almost an hour already. I didn't even notice we've been on for 2 hours. Jeez. I do want to still continue, because I want to make sure that I could finish this game next time. So I need to go on for a while at least. I can't remember exactly though how many parts are left. So it's a bit hard to say. I know that there is going to be like how the events go, but how many separate parts there were put in. So expect me to go through the next trial bit at least, and maybe even a bit more than that. Not sure though. But yeah, I'm gonna take a tiny break. Couple of minutes. I'll be right back.
Governor Militant Alexander's naming of his capital proved highly premature, as Victory Bay saw his troops broken and slaughtered by the powers of chaos. Eliphas the Inheritor led an unholy procession through the streets of the shattered city, his cultists shouting out terrible supplications and gathering up the dead and wounded. These unfortunates were brought before the great Hellstorm cannon that had formed the center of the Imperial defense. Eliphas's sorcerers, Amphion and Zethus, then performed a terrifying ritual using these rotting corpses as their sacrifice. With their dark words, The demon of plague and rot, bound into the canon during the Horus Heresy, awoke anew. The Word-bearers celebrated this day as that when their new crusade obtained the support of Ner'gul, the Chaos God of pestilence and decay. To celebrate his victory over the Eldar, Eliphas had his men crack open all the aliens' waystones. According to the black texts circulated after this dark day, these eldritch gems held the souls of the Eldar, keeping them from feeding the powers of chaos. By breaking the waystones, the Word-bearers fed thousands of Eldar souls to Slaanesh, the Chaos God of excess and decadence, and obtained that dark deity's favor for their dark crusade. Faithful subjects of the Emperor understandably took heart to see the Word-bearers strike at the heart of the Necron infestation of Cronus. With two implacable evils turning on one another, the thinking went, the forces of Wright couldn't help but win. Unfortunately, Eliphas the Inheritor would emerge from his victory in the Thur Abyss Plateau more dangerous than ever. Imperial commanders could not guess that the Necrons held strange technologies and artifacts that were as hateful to the powers of chaos as they were to life itself. By shattering the basalt monoliths and unholy archives of the Necrons, Eliphas was striking at one of the only forces, other than the God Emperor himself, able to push back the ruinous powers. In so doing, he not only removed a threat to his power, but gained the favor of Tzeentch, one of the Chaos Gods of the Warp. His dark crusade would carry the sanction of the God of Sorcery from that day onward, making it all the more unstoppable.
You should never start doing anything with your phone while on a break, especially like when on a quick break like this. Because I wanted to check how things are going in Animal Crossing quick. There is still a gun event going on. I'm getting near the end, but I still should have way good of a time to do everything. But now that I started doing that, what happened was I got back here. I was about to start up the stream again, and I forgot my drink to the table. So I had to do the embarrassing walk all the way back, get the drink and get back here. And now we can actually continue on. Not only it sounds plausible, it sounds very reasonable and very methodical. But how long have this been going on exactly? Because even if it would have gone for more than a week, you should already see that, yeah, if it's been going on for a period of time. Oh shit. Damn. This is the thing which I don't like about oranges. Sometimes when you peel them, the air will just get sprayed with the acid. So now the air is filled with acid, the citrus acid particles, and I'm choking on it. It smells very nice, but it's very hard thing to breathe. Anyway, yeah, but so the plan would result in murder. It doesn't make really much sense. But then again, we are dealing with an individual who is clearly not all there. But then again, keeping that as an excuse has led into many troubles before and will do so much in the future. So just hang back and see how this develops. Oh, thank you, Goron. I don't think that will really help with the acids going on, but it will help with the throat being a bit sore. Oh, yeah, it will be easier to handle the acid. Like, maybe I should just start cutting the oranges into pieces and eating it that way. It's a very convenient way to eat it, but in my experience, it affects the taste enough that it's far lesser, in my opinion. So I don't usually want to do it. But it would really help me to actually consume something more healthy during a stream, which could give me a beneficial boost to get through the stream better, and overall in my health. So yeah, if you want to if you want to help the health of the streamer, donate some money for oranges. That goes with every streamer. I don't believe there's many streamers out there who gets too much of vitamin C. It's just not usually a thing that streamers, especially video game streamers, get. I know a couple people who get many sort of vitamins in huge excess due to the fact that they eat very badly but just dope up on so many supplements and vitamin pills. Especially it was ridiculous when I looked at the numbers, when I finally coaxed them up from them. They had in so much excess of vitamins that are water absorbent. So every time they go to pee, there goes all those expensive pills go to waste. Those are the only rare occasions where someone gets more than they need. Because you do need to eat a lot of oranges, example, like to get the required amount. But the thing is, it's not that many if you eat them at a good rate, but it's a lot if you just look at them in a single pile. It's because you need to eat them, a couple every day. That's like a good way to do it. I unfortunately cannot ever do that. One, too expensive for me. Two, I enjoy oranges too much. I cannot ever just eat one. I will have to eat two in a row. And yeah. That's that's one thing. Edward is being an ass, like usual. But then again, I would not have thought Phoenix to make such an odd sentence out of this. And I never got the idea that it would have been the knife in question at this moment. It would have more been the question of, oh, so the suit could not have left the room, right? More than, did you take the knife? Oh well. Well, here's the thing. Normally, we are always I always tell that we need to push further and push further and push further. But with this one, especially since how we were warned, I don't remember exactly. Was I meant to? Like, am I even not meant to? Am I even allowed to push further without punishments? So I don't think I can do this unless only on certain ones. And I don't think this was one of them. I can see a complete logic in this. Like, feeling faint after seeing something like that. Like, the last time seeing an unexpected body, yeah, it was a huge shock. And if the situation would not have been on, as it were in that case, yeah, I most likely could have had the reaction to just pour myself a drink and just try to collect myself. But the thing is, the drink in choosing was tomato juice. How can tomato juice help anyone in any sort of situation? Please explain that to me. The only occasion when I can see is when you're making a pizza and you ran out of the sauce. So you're like, I need to extend the sauce somehow, but I can't use just water or it will be too plain. Ah, tomato juice. Okay, we will extend it with this. Yeah. Um, Rude. If someone says, I don't think you can be in a state of blank-mindedness, that usually should be a high compliment. It is a very big abnormality for a person to have, but it's something that is very recommended. It's beneficial mutation if you want to go and take it to the extremities of it. And this is the place. You saw her to lose her composure, so we are gonna push it. Well, this brought us a new piece of information, a very random piece of information, which, you know, doesn't tell us that much from the get-go, but there is something odd here. So, oh, whoops, it's actually there. Only at the top of the lid. There's some water. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Well, I know of it. It's not that I'm seeing it. I just jogged my memory. So. Boom. An odd little detail now, isn't it? Well, again, this should be obvious. If we let it be, we are just giving up. There has to be something with the guitar case. From the get-go, you know that it needs to have some meaning, or just for the part that it's made to be a thing. But just think it logically outside of this being a game. Why would the guitar case even would have been brought to here if it contained absolutely nothing? Even if our star would not have noticed that the guitar is missing, they would have noticed how light the damn thing is. Unless there was a point to it. I'm a bit surprised how they're gonna force you, well, Phoenix, to look so stupid when pressing that. When Phoenix could have asked about other things. I would have made an estimation immediately that there was something else inside there, which is now gone. Not the guitar, because we have told multiple times that the guitar was not there. But that doesn't mean it was completely empty. Well, I could even imagine myself in a situation of finding a body to open the guitar case. And it wouldn't be to, you know, find out if the guitar is there. It would be to preserve the guitar that would be there, or just the case itself. Because if the water is on top of it, it will just seep through. But if you open the case and let it flow down on the side instead of in it, it will be much better. But we know it's not accidental, so we have to actually start thinking. I suppose. No, not that button. So, through all of it again. Need the fact that I have gotten the dependency to press the long button. So, back to here, and we want to present the case. Well, the thing is, she could have worn gloves while doing that. But there is some logic to that, yes. High logic to that, yes. Well, there is something strange to that in the end, though. Well, we are brought to showcase that something shows that she wasn't wearing gloves, aka something she touched. The wine glass. Take that! We've seen so weird breaking moments before, but that was something. She somehow shattered her glasses and just took a new pair out. And I love how mute, detained character she is, and how mute and detained that small breaking moment was as well. It fits. How Phoenix can be this dense. Judge, no! Well, we don't have a lot of knowledge what could be there. Because in essence it could be anything. But we have a piece of evidence that will lead us to the right track. Here it is. The picture taken right after. That proves that something, some shenanigans went by now, didn't it? Well, both are for once like good possibilities, but we know that it really couldn't be the one from Engard because he was found in it. But I do believe that the truth is actually in between. It is a stolen from Engard, but it's a spare one. Well, you have to connect couple pieces of testimony we have gained to get this to make any sense. There is one overall mystery which haven't been mentioned in the trial once, but was a very odd point in the original investigation, and even before anyone knew that the murder has taken place. And that is... oh, damn it. There we go. The press conference. No one knows what was that supposed to be all about. Not even the accused. You know that at the meeting taking part in this, you are going to be trialed. Every assistant, every job, even the lowly production assistant just fetching coffee in shows, has to sign an agreement that they won't be spoiling nor bad mouthing anything about the show. Her helping in a smearing would make her liable. A breach of contract. And even if the studio would go with the low numbers, like we have been led to believe, the stakes would still be very high. But here's the deal. In most cases in the series, you are missing at least one of those things. Even at the final. You manage to squeeze the truth out. You are still lacking the motive in many cases. All the decisive evidence were brought up by the criminal themselves somehow. Right at the end. And most of the accused are missing motive or the actual opportunity. Still, they are gonna be prosecuted if you fail. Oh no! Well, anyway. Phoenix doesn't play that card. Like, ever. And here we see it. It is his concern. For the reasons I explained before, it's a very criminal act to go with a plan like that. And that will affect everything that's in the trial itself. So, of course, Phoenix should be concerned. So, yeah. But then on the other hand, it doesn't showcase at this very moment that it has anything to do with the case. It's like directly that she's helping. But the implications are important. Well, the situation doesn't look good now, does it? Everything has gone like from one end to the next in a flash. But we need to get this sorted quickly. There is an... Oh, wait. Am I still missing anything? Hold on. Yeah, I kind of keep this gun there. I'm still required to go through this one. Because there we go, the button. The button is the quote-unquote decisive evidence. Well, the statement have been changed into the form we see it now. And this is where we actually start unraveling things. And we will have to showcase something that makes this invalidated. What could make the button invalidated? There was a fight. That's how the button got loose. But what if we go to the autopsy report? Oh yeah, I forgot that we can't actually read it, so we have to just remember it. But remember how it says that he was strangled with a scarf. Straight on strangulation doesn't produce a fight. Objection! Ah, okay, well, I'll be seeing you later then, Goran. Phoenix is a bit wrong here, because if you strangle someone, there is the possibility that things go wrong, and the victim will end off coughing some blood, which can be resulted from multiple things. It can be blood that's stuck or quickly flown when there is a lapse in the pressure. Or it could be that the victim, in all the pain, is biting their tongue, which happens quite commonly. And that blood can pretty much go everywhere, quite easily. It's very surprising how easily it can get anywhere. Even a nosebleed can go everywhere. And there is not that much blood in that button in the end. But on a general consensus, yeah, it's not very likely now, is it? Well, that should be very obvious. let's go from the most ridiculous to the truth. So, most ridiculous, to destroy the evidence. Why would they only destroy a single random button that has blood on it instead of anything else? If they would want to wreck the evidence, they would have thrown the body off the balcony. It would have taken far longer for the situation to be known that oh yeah, they dropped out of their room. It could even be possible that the strangulation could not be identified anymore, at least not that easily, if they have been thrown off a high building. Don't remember how high the building was, but it's at least 3 floors. And 3 or 4 can't talk. 4 of 3 stories can do wonders to a corpse. It will be a mess when it gets down. And then the next most ridiculous, they have a memento. If the criminal wanted to have a memento, that's like the button is quite a good one for that. But wouldn't they be doing everything in their power to hide what happened? So they wouldn't have the memento on them before everything is solved, would they? So the obvious, which one we are left, is the pin. I wonder how many times we actually have to answer to pin the crime in this case. This is the 3rd time, right? I don't remember, do we have to say the same later on again or not? And here's the funny thing. Oh, I just noticed that the penalty is tripled. But yeah, the thing is, it's not the defense's task to try to find who did it. It's their task to showcase it's not their client who did it. So if we just brought it to be a reasonable assumption that it's not our client who's guilty, that should be it. We should be scot-free. But since we have to declare someone, we haven't been given any other opportunities, any evidence that would showcase that it would be anyone else than the security lady. Old bag, you are going to jail. I wish it knew. The only one we can say it's Adrian. I choose you. No, you can't say that, Phoenix. And again, she closed her eyes and some psychic energy just destroyed the classes. Like, how many pairs of glasses can she even have on her person? Or does she have some mysterious power to create even more? What if her glasses aren't actually glass, but they're ice, and she's a mutant? No, but seriously, with so many breakdowns in the series, the random people have some random powers, so that wouldn't be so far-fetched in the end. It's hard to say how tall people are in the games. Especially how even kids show to be almost the same height because they put boxes on the under there so they actually can't be seen. Yeah, that's a rare thing people do, but they can. Yeah. It's only brought up in a few occasions. But the thing is, by using that, you are kinda incriminating yourself because you are automatically assumed to have done something. But that's the thing. That's not what the trial is even about. The trial is about if our client is the guilty party or not. But then again, we haven't proven that either, so yeah, the judge is doing a good call with this. Wait, a recess. Yeah, it's I forgot that he used the word recess. Because it's not a recess if the trial goes to the second day. A recess was what we had earlier. But yeah, things are not looking well for Maya at the moment. Her life is in very much danger now, isn't it? Mia, even you should have understood at this moment that Edgy Boy changed like quite early on in the first game. And with the reaction to what Phoenix said, it's obvious that he understood something's wrong here. And from one reaction from Edward beforehand as well, it oddly seemed like he already knew, didn't it? But this is a deliberate action to do exactly what Wright wants to happen. Edward knows that he can't trust Phoenix, and the Phoenix is in trouble now. Well, it should be obvious that Edward just came up with something. Anything to get her to speak. Because the trial needs to go on. Like, with the reaction Phoenix had, there's no way I would have assumed exactly what's going on with Maya. But since it's clear that Maya and the fact that the case cannot, the trial today cannot end, were linked, I would try to come up with something to make the trial last longer. I would have most likely called for a actual recess and talk to Phoenix, but since there was already a recess, the likelihood of that actually working would have been bad. And maybe actually even in the favor that judge would have said, yeah, we are ending for today. You're gonna need the break. So, yeah. Well, yeah, Andrew is just speaking her mind out, just trying to get something there now. But the thing is, she wouldn't even need to. But where was the line? Yeah. This is where she is way too open. Because remember the... Oh, it's always on the second page. Remember the photo. If you see this, how can you not think that someone's dead? There's a knife sticking out of him. I wonder, has anyone actually made a countdown? How many pairs of classes she goes by? It's many. With many breakdowns where the victim breaks something, it's usually something they have more of normally even. Or the breaking part doesn't happen that often, but the other parts associated to it does. Yeah, it's odd now, isn't it? How the hell every time they have just admitted being guilty? And now we have someone pleading that it's not them. Well, it could be that for the first time we have someone sensible in the matter, that they would try to at least bluff their way all the way in the end. But who? What's this? Well, it it makes sense that Edward here would get the trial to continue, even when thinking about what happened before, because at the moment Edward would, like, and most likely anyone in Edward's shoes would be thinking that the trial cannot end is the thing. Nothing has shown that Phoenix been that keen on the win yet. Just that the trial needs to go on. Plus, of course, Edward wants the truth to come out. But I actually don't have any memories. Because I never pressed it. What could happen, if you press force? Would the game just put you through a discussion loop and then make you choose the other? I'm too tempted. Let's check it out, because it's clear I'm not going to be able to go through the next part today, which means that most likely next time we aren't gonna finish the case, but it's going to be the time after that. And let me actually look at the calendar quickly, because I think that means that, yeah, that would mean that, no, wait, the calendar is what was in the wrong month. There we go. So yeah, we should in essence be able to complete this game this month, even though the last... Oh, and that would be quite fitting, Because if you have looked at the event calendar, the last Thursday of the month is gonna be something else. So yeah, I think the timing on this is actually perfect. So let's see what happens if I press this. Oh. Yeah. I remember that this would happen regardless. So, was that actually one of the options? Which results in nothing changing? Starting to feel like that's the case. Yep. Edgewood does it. You know, Edgewood could have just said, hey, testify or I will be forced to enclose this and show a copy of the files to her. But, well, now everyone knows. And that makes her very unlikely to be capable of doing the crime. Yeah, everything was turned up on its head now, weren't it? Everything feels so odd after this, now doesn't it? She admitted framing, but if the murder isn't her, and she had to frame, what did this leave? Whoopsie, I was supposed to press everything. Like you always have to do. Well, not have to do, but I want to do, because I want all the dialogue. Not absolutely everything, because wrong options in some cases take just way too long and force us to go through with the same things way too many times. But in cases like this, you really want to go through everything. Again, I accidentally skipped. And this is the most important one. It's true, but the thing is, it goes both ways. It like that the evidence, that testimony didn't make it certain that it isn't her, either. But nothing is showing that it was her, like completely proving either. So we are in an impasse. Oh my god. The judge disappeared. Judge! Judge! How everyone remained their places when the judge left. Really? those who know what's going on, remember the fact that if Francesca knew about the card, if she knew what that was, she would have made sure that our witness would have held that card as well and not give it to Edgeworth. But most likely she would have said during the trial to hide the card, not to wave it around constantly. I can understand wanting to wave around a card and spin around, like doing those kinds of things, just so you have something for your hands to do. I may occasionally get that. Like, there is this weird piece of string, which I'm not exactly sure what it's from anymore, because I just found it in my belongings. But it is a piece of something, and it has a strange type of look to it as well. But I can't be certain where it's from. And it's still funny to spin it around occasionally, just to have something for my fingers to do while there's a loading screen or something. But normally, like, people doing things like this, they don't take that object with them. Like, this piece of string, this is going to the trash. When I'm taking the trash out, I'm not keeping it after that. It is trash. Even though the lock part is nice and plastic, I'm not doing all the work to cut out the string to actually start using just that plastic piece, since I have no direct things what I could use it for. I have enough of just fat out plastic chunk to create rubble, and even for rubble this wouldn't be that good, so yeah, it's going to the trash. But yeah, we are going to part 3. Which means there is part 4, but I'm not sure how many, like, is there 3 part 1 and 3 part 2, maybe 3 part 3, I don't remember. Same is with 4, how many parts there are. So expect that next time we go through part 3, and pop. After next time, we go through part 4, which means in 2 times, like 2 sessions, we have finished the game. But yeah, I like to thank everyone for joining today. Let's see, who do we have to raid? Because our usual subject isn't there today, and sadly I don't think our usual subject is going to be there for most of this month. Look at the amount of events we have, so it makes sense. But I can see that there is certain someone who we managed to raid once before, and they're playing the same game as then. And I am intrigued to watch, because I am interested in the game. I do want to get into it, but money and time. But before I press the button, again, I want to thank everyone for joining, and I would like to hope that everyone of you would join me next time, which would be on Monday for more Battlefield Gothic, then on Tuesday for more Heroes 5, and then next Thursday for part 3 of chapter 4 in Justice for All. The weekend is gonna be a busy one, so I can't promise anything, but I will try. Last weekend kinda sank into the calendar making. It took the time, you know. So that's where last weekend's stream went to. But again, I like to thank everyone so much. Raid UK for more Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3 this time. So I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.